Hey guys, Isaac here, and today we'll be connecting Millionverifier with Clay. I know as of I'm making this video, Clay doesn't have a native integration into Millionverifier, so we can either do this through Zapier or we can use API integration, which we're gonna do in this video here. Using Zapier might be like the most go-to place and might sound very convenient, but unfortunately it's actually very expensive, so we're gonna do the API. And before we get into this, we might want to ask ourselves, why Millionverifier, right? Because it's actually the best email validation tool out there. I've ran a test recently with 50,000 emails and I compared Millionverifier with dbounce, never bounce, and zero bounce, and turns out Millionverifier had a lot better results. Well, not a lot, but better results. Let's just keep it at that. With that being said, let's get straight to it, okay? I'm also going to provide you with a link to sign up for Millionverifier if you don't have it. Sign up right now and buy some credits, and then go to the API tab, and in here you would have to press on get an API key. I already have one. They've already come with a real life API example, and then they would give you the results. That would basically mean if you enter this endpoint here, this is the results that you would get. I don't want to confuse you that much, but the point is there are three variables into this endpoint. We have our API key, which is static obviously, and then we have the email, which is a variable that you're going to change. So inside Clay, you basically enter each email that you have, and then you have the timeout, you just keep it at 10. So the best way to go about this is just to copy the real life example. Copy that, go over to Clay. I just made like a quick table with my name. So we have Sajjad Isaac Sabor, and then we have my different email addresses. So we have isaac@code.agency, and then we have isaac@reviewinstant.com, which is the second business that I own, and then we have isaac@randomemail.com. Hopefully these two are gonna return out okay, and this one is gonna be an error. It would actually be quite awkward if this this one turned out to be true. So we hope that this doesn't exist. So the first things we're gonna do is that we add a new enrichment. We write HTTP API. So the method is going to be a get request because we're going to retrieve data, right? So we're going to put out in a variable and then we're going to retrieve some data. We're not going to change anything. So we put the method as get. The endpoint is going to be pasted. So wherever you copied the real example, you just paste that in here. And now you have to make a few adjustments. For example, it says VPN key here. You just remove that because I think that's a logo. Remove that. You have your API key here. Just remove the space as well. There we go. And then inside of email, we basically remove this variable here. And then we put our slash and then enter email here. There we go. Now we have our endpoint. So we could actually enter query string and body, but we're not going to do that. It's going to be very, very simple. And then where it says field path to return, I did demonstrate to you previously that you have like all these, the JSON file that you're going to get, well, the JSON result that you're going to get, it's going to be this particular that we're going to look for, the result. It's actually telling that if the email is valid or it's not valid, okay? So we're going to go back to this and just enter the result because everything else would just confuse you. In that case, we're going to just save and then save and run 10 rows. Let's go for that. Let's see if it works. Got it. So it came with 200, 200, 200. That means something actually happened. We can just press on it and then you can see the result that would actually get returned is okay. That would mean that it's actually valid. It's working. Okay. This one is okay valid as well. And this one is invalid. So that's actually how we would hope it would be, right? Now you want to export this into a new column because otherwise you won't be able to use it. So you just hover here and then add as column and then just add that as result, create column. There we go. So now you can actually email those that are verified, and you can actually do this at a bigger scale. So you would see how it looks like right here, right? So you can see all these, you can actually put that into your workflow once you actually found the email address and then put it and then filter with okay, those that are okay. So yeah, hope that you learned something about this, and this is how you would connect Millionverifier into Clay without using Zapier.